was the coldest night of the year. The blizzard had swallowed the entire forest, and the wind howled through the trees like tortured screams. Imran was driving through the snowy jungle road, trying to make it back home before midnight. The forest was pitch black except for his headlights, cutting through the swirling snow. He shouldn't have taken the shortcut, but his GPS had led him here, deep into the pines where no one ever drove at night. The further he went, the more uneasy he felt. The snow-covered road narrowed, branches scraping against the car like claws. Then, in the corner of his eye, he saw something, footprints in the snow, bare feet, leading straight into the forest. He slowed down. Who would be walking out here barefoot? He thought, and then his car engine sputtered and died. Imran cursed, trying to restart it. The headlights dimmed, leaving only the glow of the moon through the storm. That's when he heard it. A voice, a faint whisper, calling his name. Imran. He froze. The forest was empty. He rolled down the window slightly, snowflakes rushing in with the freezing air. The whisper grew louder. Imran, heart pounding. He stepped out into the snow. His breath came out in white clouds. The footprints he'd seen earlier were right beside his car, but now they circled it. Something had been walking around him while he was still inside. Terrified, he followed the sound, hoping maybe someone needed help. The footprints led deeper into the forest, between the tall black trees. But the deeper he went, the more wrong everything felt. The trees seemed closer. The snow felt heavier. And the whisper wasn't just one voice anymore. Dozens of whispers now, echoing his name from all directions. He spun around, but saw nothing. Only snow, only trees, only darkness. Suddenly, he spotted a dim yellow light in the distance, a cabin. Relief washed over him. Maybe someone lived there. Maybe he could call for help. He forced his frozen legs to run toward it. The cabin stood crooked, half buried in snow, but its window glowed with warm light. Imran stumbled to the door, knocking desperately. No answer. He pushed it open and stepped inside. The warmth hit him first. A fire burned in the fireplace. The smell of wood smoke filled the air. He sighed in relief. At least it was shelter. But something was off. There were no chairs, no table, no belongings. Nothing but the fire burning brightly and an old mirror leaning against the wall. Imran's reflection stared back at him, except it wasn't moving the same way. He raised his hand. The reflection didn't. Its eyes were wide, its mouth open, as if it were screaming silently. The fire suddenly blew out. The room plunged into darkness. The whispers returned, louder, surrounding him. Imran, you shouldn't have come here. He stumbled back toward the door, fumbling for the handle, but when he turned it, the door led back into the same cabin room, the mirror closer now. His reflection was no longer alone. Behind it, pale faces pressed against the glass, dozens of them, hollow eyes, mouths stretched wide. The whispers became screams. The glass cracked, and a pale hand reached through. The next morning, rescue workers found Imran's car abandoned in the snow. The driver's seat was empty, the door wide open. But what froze them in place were the footprints. Bare feet, hundreds of them, leading from the car into the forest and back out again. No one knows where Imran went that night, but locals warn, if you ever hear your name whispered in the snowy forest, don't follow it, because once you do, you never come back.